Welcome, one and all, to the Harsh Bros Show. My name is Noah. I am the youngest Harsh Bro. Let me unmute all these dweebs in this Discord call as we're getting started. Alright, we have Harsh Cam 5 Cam. I was just reading off your Discord name for some reason. I don't know why I was doing that.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah. Then we got Natemare.Tegrin. Okay. Got.
Why are we just? I don't know why I'm reading the Discord.
And now, I pointed it out.
Let me read all of the Discord.
Yeah,
names.
I pointed it out. Now it's a bit. Okay. Now I gotta remain true. And the super chomper himself, Eric, the one who makes food.
Eric's Discord name didn't get read.
No. Saiyans Fami. I mean, whatever.
Or whatever.
I'm just
So-
sell you, not putting me over.
He didn't put any of us over. He called us dweebs and then read our.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I buried all of you.
Cross segment.
All right. Raw was tonight. 3 words for Monday Night Raw. Ew. Yuck. Gross. That's a direct
Oh my
quote
God.
from Eva Marie. I feel like it perfectly encapsulates kind of how I feel about the show. So we're gonna steamroll through it. We're gonna talk about what we liked, didn't like, more than likely what we didn't like about the show.
Before we get started, though, I want to put down my chant statistics right here.
Oh yes, of
We
course.
have 7 Punk chants of the night,
Mhm.
and then we have 4 Wyatt chants. So
4 Wyatt, and those were the ones that were audible.
Chicago, keep it up. You guys make me kind of hate wrestling, but go ahead.
And I couldn't tell at the beginning with Goldberg and everything, were they saying Goldberg or were they saying Oldberg, and they were just kind of phoning in some
No.
in front of it?
It was weird because when MVP was like doing his promo and mentioned Goldberg, everyone booed, and I was like, all right, like the crowd's against Goldberg.
Mm-hmm.
But then he comes out and they start chanting his name, so it's like, all right, you fair weather fans, like
Right.
you're gonna back MVP, and then the Stooge is gonna come out, and then you're gonna cheer for him.
So yeah, Monday Night Raw was in Chicago in the Allstate Arena. I thought tonight's Raw would have been more exciting, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know why I thought that. I was a damn fool, of course. I had my hopes up.
Noah.
It's not SmackDown, right? So to start off the show, we had Bobby Lashley come out and had MVP talk about Goldberg. Sorry, I'm clicking my pen. I'm gonna put that down because that'll get really annoying. So MVP was just like, gladiators, Bobby Lashley, he's almighty. He isn't just some man that you can like say, you're next to. Goldberg would eventually interrupt this promo of sorts. MVP called Bobby Lashley a kaiju, which I really liked because I referenced during Money in the Bank how his like lightning pyro and everything, whatever, reminds me of King Ghidorah. So I was like, well, that was fun. That was cute. I enjoyed that.
Can you smarten us up to what that means? Because I don't know what any of that means.
Kaiju is Japanese for like strange beast, and it's basically what it means. It's like what Godzilla is, what King Kong is. Basically, big monster.
He is a big monster.
He is big monster. He's the almighty Bobby Lashley.
I enjoyed the MVP promo. I think him and Bobby are the highlight of Monday Night Raw most of the time.
They are the main event. I like 100% agree. MVP and Bobby Lashley, like, they work really well together, and I like them as a duo, and I like how MVP is basically Bobby's mouthpiece, because let's face it, Bobby can't really cut a decent promo. I mean, he's
But
okay.
He looks good though.
He looks good.
And MVP is like, I don't know, like the best comparison I can come up with off the top of my head is like Bobby the Brain Heenan. He just like makes his guy, like just puts him over 1,000%.
Right.
I feel like this feud with Goldberg it would have done them well to have the Hurt Business still a faction, because then I'm assuming Goldberg's winning this match, unfortunately, and I think it would just make him look better if he beat up Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander going into this. But my hope is that Bobby's coming out the victor. But
I hope Bobby wins, because they always do this thing every year where they're like, oh, we just have to randomly bring in Goldberg and he'll just win the title and then we'll put it on somebody else because we don't want him to lose to the current champ.
Right. It pisses me off so much that Goldberg can just walk in and get the title shot, doing basically nothing.
And then his promo was really bad.
It was,
in my opinion.
I'm gonna use this word a lot throughout because Lauren was here, and she was also watching with me during the watch along. Which shameless plug. We're gonna be doing that probably again Wednesday. For AEW, I'm probably gonna do a AEW Dynamite watch along. I don't know how long I'll do Raw watch alongs because that was painful. That was absolutely painful to sit through. I didn't enjoy I hated myself. Every time there was an ad break, I was on my phone checking wrestling Twitter. I did not care at all. I was checking Twitter during the matches too. So some of the stuff I might not really even know too much about.
Yeah, it was difficult to stay focused in on.
But I'm gonna use this word a lot. Cringe.
Yeah.
It was just cringe. I don't know. I can't describe Goldberg's and promo and half the other stuff that happened on Raw tonight without any other way besides cringe, because that's how I felt.
This is my theory of what happened. He showed up at Raw today. Someone handed him a script with a lot of words on it. He went out to the ring. He said a lot of those words. Then he remembered more of the words. Said more of the words. Again, just kept remembering the words as he was saying them.
Like a fifth grader's presentation, basically.
Yeah, they were in his head. They were in order, but in reality, they were really just jumbled up. And he just kept saying them. And then every time he would stop and say again, he would get really bombastic at the beginning of whatever he was about to say, and his eyes would get big, and then he would say his line, and then he would stop, and you would think it was over, and then he would do it again, and I was just get to the point, dude.
Yeah, the pacing was all over the place. Very not solid promo whatsoever.
Yeah. Just come out and say you're next. Next.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Goldberg wasn't known for his promo work. He was known as Big Muscle Meat Man.
Yeah. Play the hits, Bill. Play the hits.
Who killed Bret Hart, basically.
Yes.
So yeah, there were some "We Want Wyatt" chants. Some dweebs on Twitter were thinking that they're saying Riot as in Ruby Riot. I'm like, who the fuck? What? No.
Why would they be chanting randomly out of nowhere for Ruby Riot
I mean,
the day after Bray Wyatt gets released?
Yeah, I was you guys are dweebs. You don't know what the fuck they're saying. Anyway.
Yeah, I did catch those at the beginning of the night.
So weird segment. It happens. Goldberg would say, "Guess what, kid? You're next," or whatever. Goldberg fucks off. And then MVP goes to trash talk Goldberg's son, who looks like he would rather be anywhere else but at Monday Night Raw.
He was really
He also. There's gotta be some super serum when it comes to WWE superstars' children, cause the last time I remember Goldberg's son, he was a little chubby baby. Now he's basically Hook.
Yeah, it was the WWE 24 or whatever they did on him, and he was like, "Oh, I'm so glad my son gets to see it," and he was like, "Yeah, he's unless it's a different son, it could be." Is there?
No, it's the same. It's the same kid. It's Gage. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same kid. He just grew and
he looked really disinterested, and then to have Bobby Lashley and MVP in your face and not to just quiver in fear. It was really
I would quiver in fear just from Bobby, let alone MVP on top of that.
Yeah, I mean you guys aren't gonna be able to see this, but I'm recording my camera right now. Gage was just looking like this the whole time, just.
Yeah. disinterested.
Yeah,
like,
could not give
waiting-
less of a
waiting
fuck
for-
about what's going on.
waiting for as Corey Graves called him, Papa Bear. To, spear MVP.
The weakest spear I've ever seen Goldberg give, by the way. MVP
Yeah.
was waiting for the spear because he even looked at Goldberg before it happened. And like you see Goldberg like from the left side of the screen, he would just kind of like he was like lightly jogging into the spear. I'm like, oh my fucking god.
I feel like MVP was looking for it because Goldberg's been known to just like harpoon motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, oh god, this guy's coming for me. And
Yeah, it was a safety thing, I bet. Yeah.
And then Bill's just like, I'm too old for this shit, and just like kind of just tackled him to the ground.
Yeah. It was basically a tackle, not a spear.
And I think Bobby was in the ring during this, right?
Yes, he was just
Okay.
kind of boasting
thinking,
to the
like,
fans, I guess.
I was like thinking back, I was like, if he speared him and he's just like right on the ground, like just kick him in the face, Bobby. Just like give him like the punt, like Randy Orton used to do. Just let's end this right now. I don't want this at SummerSlam. I'm sorry.
I don't care. I was really hoping. We'll get to later. We'll get to that later on the show.
All right.
His response.
And then,
so
let's also throw in Goldberg's last words of like, if you mess with my son, I'll kill you, or whatever.
Actual murder threat, live on air.
It was the first murder threat.
First murder. Yeah, I tweeted this out on our Twitter. You can see it right here at Harsh Bros. I was like, I would tweet later on, second murder threat of the night. But yeah, we go into perfect segue. A 2-on-1 handicap match. Veer and Shanky. I thought the first time I read that, I thought it was Shanky, which honestly, that's better. Veer and Shanky versus Drew McIntyre in a 2-on-1 handicap match.
How long have these gentlemen been a part of the World Wrestling Entertainment?
Veer and Shanky?
Yeah, I've
solid few weeks.
Did they come?
These names?
Did they come back when Jinder came back? Or
yes.
These, like, new
they came back when they came with Jinder on his return.
Are these men products of the developmental program, or are these guys products of like the Indian program that they were running?
One was from Kali's school. I think Shanky was.
Yeah, I bet the big one is. He had a Kali vibe to him.
Mm-hmm. Someone on Twitter said he looked like Michael Jackson but tall.
He said what?
Someone on Twitter said he looked like Michael Jackson but tall.
I didn't see that.
I kind of see it in just facial structure.
Because they had long hair. I don't know. I thought that seems like a stretch.
It's a little bit. I was trying to analyze it. I was like if I squint, I kind of see it.
If I close my eyes and I imagine.
If I close my eyes and put my hands over them, yeah, it looks like Michael Jackson. But Cam, you were saying?
I really think going into the match, I mean, you had Drew facing against two guys who not a lot of us wrestling fans know too well, but Veer looks like a guy who could be something in the future if built properly.
They're both like big dudes. Like I could see them like if they had any like gumption to have a tag division, these guys could be a part of the tag division. But
right. But they're just henchmen. They're just the Singh brothers, but bigger.
Yeah, like Jinder went to a laboratory and was like, "All right, we need to make these guys bigger." And
yeah.
Like here's them.
The Singh brothers got like the Captain America, like the super serum, like the super soldier serum.
Yeah.
That's basically what it was.
And the whole time when they were calling him Shanky, it sounded like they were saying shaky.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know if these are like actual Indian names. I didn't do the homework.
Yeah, we're not that big of marks. We don't do the homework on that stuff.
I don't know where these names come from, and I don't know. I feel like there's too many just like one name wrestlers.
Yeah.
Everyone's Madonna or Cher.
Yes.
Just have real names.
It doesn't make sense.
Have a first
yeah.
and last name.
Unless you're like Cody and can't access your like last name.
Yeah.
Then like I don't see the point. I then heard
Very long.
what's up?
This match did not last very
It
long.
did not. No. Right before the match, I could have sworn I heard Corey Graves say, "No one man can take on two at once." And I was like, "Did you just not watch your show last week, where your champion pinned two men at once?"
I will
There-
say the best line of that whole match was not Michael Cole. I don't remember his name. I think his name is
Jimmy Smith.
Okay. When he says, and I quote, "Don't bring a chair to a sword fight." That is the best line because he was so enthusiastic behind that. I lost it because he seems like a guy who is not from wrestling in the beginning anyway.
He's not.
He
Came from
He has
MMA.
no idea what's
But just for
going on.
him to be so enthusiastic behind that and say, "Don't bring a chair to a sword fight."
He's adorable.
Why?
You know, 'cause he's like a lost child. He like pretends to know what's going on, and it's cute because he's like adult at the he's like a kid at the adult table. You know what I mean? He's like, "Oh, I guess this is fine wine, father."
He's more like an adult at the kids' table, though.
Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah.
He's trying to be enthusiastic for the rest of us dumb
Right,
that are watching
right.
this. Like,
Yeah. Drew kills these guys, and then that in the figurative sense, right?
Yeah, just he's like I'm beating the shit out of all of these guys.
Oh,
That's what I
by
do.
the way, want to point out, if you haven't seen it on Twitter already, I dropped something. That's okay. If those that are listening haven't seen it on Twitter already, there was some
We lost Cam.
we lost Cam.
Never mind. I'm here.
Wow.
Way to interrupt. Wow. Okay. Wow.
Hey, cut out.
Wow. We're gonna go podcast over. See ya.
I know what was on Twitter.
I sent this to you guys, of course, because like I thought I was going crazy. I thought I was the only one that heard it. When Drew was walking down to the ring, there was some artificial crowd sweetening coming from the WWE production truck. Because if you go and look at that tweet, I think I retweeted it. I'm not sure. I will go back and retweet it. Halfway like through Drew's entrance, you hear like cheers, and then you hear Michael Cole, not Jimmy Smith. You hear Michael Cole say, "And 16-time world champion," and then it fades away.
What?
Come on, Kevin Dunn. Get your shit together.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for like 1,000 years.
Yeah. So yeah, but Drew kills these guys. After the match, well, he kills these guys, but the match ends in a disqualification finish because Jinder just interferes, and it's like whatever. Let's open the show with a DQ finish. Fuck it, because who cares, right?
Don't hinder the gender.
Lazy booking.
Lazy booking.
Don't hinder the gender.
And then after the match, these guys, these ragtag group of individuals, would go and try to assault Drew with 3 chairs.
There was a stare down.
It was a stare down. They grabbed 3 chairs and they sat there. They clearly have the upper hand, right? It's three big dudes with steel chairs and one person without chair or any weapon of any kind.
And they allow him to run away to grab a sword.
They allow him. They watch him do it. Drew like holds up his hands like, oh, hold on a second, let me grab my weapon, and grabs Angela the sword, and then everyone's like, oh fuck, and then they proceed to do like the movie combat where they take turns. You're 3-on-1, ambush him. He's got a sword. You have 3 blunt objects. Just flank him. Just flank him.
We're missing we're missing the real BS of this. Why the hell does he have a sword?
Why does he actually it's actually like being used?
I understand he's the Scottish warrior or whatever.
It's a claymore sword.
But in what sporting event in the world does anyone bring a weapon to it?
In my notes,
Professional wrestling.
Like
yeah.
Like, come on. Like, you lot, like, the entrance is just overdone. Like, it's cool when it's like at Mania or something, but he doesn't have to do it every week.
Yeah, I wrote in my notes, sword play. What the fuck is this segment?
Why does he put it into the Rock and then pull it out of the Rock? Shouldn't he just come out and pull it out of the Rock?
That would be like, yeah, like this kind of like the sword and stone, like I'm King Arthur now. But like, no, the whole thing is that it's like that's what triggers the pyro. But like, you should keep it there, or else it looks stupid when you pull it back out.
Yeah, I feel bad because like Drew went from like beating Brock Lesnar to
this. Yeah, absolutely.
Sword fight with Jinder Mahal and Skeezy and Skanky or whatever they call it.
Skeezy and Skanky. All right. So yeah, after that, there's one of like what felt like 1,000 backstage interviews tonight.
It was about every segment, like where there'd be something in the ring, then there'd be something backstage, something in the ring,
something backstage. Yeah, it was like they didn't know how else to fill the time. They didn't have vignettes or promos or nothing, so there's like backstage segment.
All the matches were repeats from last week, from what I could tell. All right.
Yeah, Jinder claims that karma will come around for Drew.
Oh yeah,
which makes no sense.
Like, they were running scared, and then like as they were running scared, Jinder makes this like cryptic threat, which I'm assuming it means they're gonna come with like machine guns next week.
I mean, because don't bring a knife to a gunfight is like that's the next step.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna straight up have pistols and just like
they're gonna have them like in their suits, like where it's like they can like cross their arms and like pull them all out, and they're just like, I'll be like 6 guns against Drew's sword.
All right. Moving on to the next segment, we have the setup for Nia Jax versus Rhea Ripley. And Nia says, "If fans were shocked by that, wait till they see what I do to Rhea Ripley."
So was she referencing Drew pulling a sword on 3 guys?
I don't know, because I was not shocked by anything, just confused.
Yeah, it was more confusion than shock. And then when I realized that she was fighting Rhea Ripley, I said a quick little prayer that she doesn't injure Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, just pray to whatever wrestling gods there be. I prayed to Miro that prayed to Miro and Moose and Kenny Omega in that order. That Rhea Ripley would be safe tonight, and she seems to be. Yeah. So, if anything, Nia
took a shot to the face.
Nia was cut open pretty bad, like right around her eye.
Yeah.
I don't know when it happened.
For that.
I guess it was a shot to the face from Rhea that might have just like cut her open. I don't know when it was.
Rhea did. There was like a front kick or like a side kick to her face at one point. I think there was a picture of it on Instagram. I don't know if that is what caused it, but that looked like a legit like combat sport cut around the eye.
Right.
Kind of a clunky match.
Yeah, I was like your average Nia Jax match.
Yeah, Nia does not move around very well, and Rhea is someone that moves. I would have rather seen Rhea and Shayna in a match.
And your second match of the night finishes with a roll-up. Rhea gets a roll-up victory on Nia Jax because she's distracted by Shayna Baszler, which seems like was her partner.
Yeah, I think there's some beef there.
They teased a split after the match, and they teased that like Shayna might just like straight up hit Nia Jax. She didn't. She just got out of the ring. I was hoping, yeah. The fans were begging. They were like sitting there in anticipation, and then they immediately just filled the stadium with boos when she didn't hit Nia Jax. So like you knew what they were wanting, and you didn't give it.
I honestly thought Rhea won with the roll up because she wasn't gonna be able to hit the riptide on Nia.
Yeah.
And after the match, she hit the riptide, so I was like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's another thing. I don't know what Rhea is. Is she face or heel? Because I assume she's babyface, right? Because she's over. She's over as fuck.
I mean, everyone loves her. She's kind of like tweening in between, like, because she did that weird like DQ thing against Charlotte
A while, yeah, and now she's like doing a heel move, in which she just kind of attacks someone after the match. You already won. I don't.
Yeah, like why she was. Yeah, I don't. That was.
They're not in a feud right now, so I still don't get it. I didn't understand why, but then she just proved that she could hit the Riptide. So like, why didn't you just have that be the finish?
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there.
It was lazy booking.
The I don't know what's going on there. Kind of fills over the whole night. Like I don't really know what's going on here.
We had a commercial break and then setting up for Mace and T-Bar versus Mansoor and Ali again.
Can we pour one out for Dominik Dijakovic? Like,
yeah, can we just like
really like him, Keith Lee, like those guys were having barn burner matches on NXT, and now he's like they're doing this like pseudo Road Warriors kind of look, but not really the Road Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not really
shooting my dog of war
anymore.
But you have to do it my way.
Like, yeah, I don't know what this is.
This is
they used Mansoor for anything but the Saudi Arabia shows.
Mansoor is like in this little cute tag team right now with Ali, and Ali's like, I'm not really trusting you or whatever. I think it's adorable. I actually like them as a team. I think they feed well off of each other, and the crowd seem to like them as a team. I think Mansoor is pretty over with the general WWE crowd, and Mustafa Ali being from Chicago.
Everyone likes Mustafa Ali too.
I
like Mustafa Ali.
And I called it as they were coming down to the ring. I'm like, oh yeah, he's from Chicago. They'll lose. They did.
Yeah.
He is from Chicago. He used to be a police officer there.
Here's the thing that I don't get.
Did he really?
Yeah.
There
was like a documentary on the network a while back about it.
I wouldn't understand the WWE because they always do this. Well, they always have the hometown guy lose, and I get it, but in Chicago of all places.
No, I don't get it. I seriously, I don't get it.
I don't get it either. It's like
why
a
does
weird rib.
it's so. Go ahead.
When they were in Oklahoma City, JR would like have to like kiss Vince's ass or like get lit on fire or something ridiculous. Every time they were in Oklahoma, JR would just like get shit on.
I really do. I think Vince gets off on seeing fans suffer. I really think so. But I wrote in my notes, I had more fun at work today. I had a 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. shift in which I did absolutely nothing, basically. I had more fun doing nothing than watching this Monday Night Raw.
I did put down here I did say that Ali and Mansoor looked like a promising tag team.
Yeah.
I wrote adorable.
Honestly, if there was a tag team, like both of these tag teams, like if there was a tag team division, both of these tag teams would be contenders.
Yeah, and let's talk about that for a second. We got the time.
I don't know why their names are Mace and T-Bar still, since like Retribution, I'm assuming, isn't a thing anymore.
It's not. No. It's just them.
When you first said that, I didn't think it was two different people. I thought it was Mason T-Bar.
Oh, Mason. Is that, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
You should have known right there that that's not it, because we don't have first and last names.
Right, exactly. Well, but they gave Mustafa his like whole name back.
Yeah.
They gave Ali his full name.
They say Mustafa. I'm like, why do you say it like that?
They're not like hard pronouncing the T. They're like Mustafa.
It's so Vince can like go to him and be like, look, pal. People can't say your full name, so we're just gonna go back to calling you Ali again.
Yeah, it's dumb. Mansoor accidentally causes Ali to slip off the top rope somehow. I didn't see how that made any sense.
It's just so they can like build up to their like, I can't. You're not a reliable tag partner, and then like they'll have a big match against someone, and he'll like come through for them,
Which,
or they won't.
or they won't. You hope.
Blow it off.
Or next week they'll just like turn it into a feud. Who knows?
That I will actually hate that if that's the case, because that's been done a million times before. I don't care to see it again. This time I want them to be best friends because they look cute and I think it's adorable.
Mansoor pins Almost at SummerSlam for the tag titles.
Please.
Is that what we're going for?
But yeah, so that happened. Ollie slips, and that allows which one is which? T-Bar's Dijakovic, right?
Dijakovic, yeah.
Yeah, that allows T-Bar to absolutely kill Mustafa Ali.
Dude, Dijakovic had a move. He did like a spinning like big boot kick to Mansoor.
Yeah.
Mansoor just like went flying.
Yeah, it was like
really good.
Yeah, like this was one of the only positives I actually have. This match was not bad.
Yeah.
Like
Dijakovic is good. Like all these guys are good.
All these guys are great competitors.
I don't think the other guy was in the ring for the match though. I feel like Dijakovic was like in the match the whole time.
I felt like it. Mace barely even.
Yeah, which makes sense because I've never seen that guy wrestle even on NXT, and Dijakovic is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Ali wrestling them, though? I thought he was the leader of...
Well, that ended a while ago, dear friend.
So then why are they still Mason T-Bar?
That's what we were wondering, too.
We were just asking that, like, why not just...
Yeah.
Yeah. Send them back to NXT for, like, a few months, then bring them back.
Or just, like, have them in a promo, be like, yeah... we don't want to be associated with Ollie's really weird, like, uprising
Antifa
group anymore. Antifa, like, group. We're just gonna, like, I don't know, go back to our own selves. That would just make sense.
That whole group was so stupid.
It was, now we'll move on to, so Charlotte comes out.
This was a great promo.
This was a great promo. It was preceded by right before the break, Nikki ASH just running back and forth before the break, and I couldn't help myself. It was so funny. Like, I don't think it was supposed to be, but like she was just like running back and forth, and she just looked really awkward doing it, and I couldn't help myself. It was so funny.
This whole superhero thing is so stupid.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more in a bit.
But
yeah, Charlotte comes out and cuts like an absolute heel promo.
So good. She's amazing. I know you guys don't like her because she's like the champion all the time or whatever, but she's like the best woman on the roster. Like,
I mean, like barely even arguably. It's just there.
Like she is. I mean, she's just being her dad. Like, it's Ric Flair in female 2021 form.
Right. Like you love to hate her.
Yeah. And like,
so in that respect, she does her job.
The part where they were chanting for Becky, and she's like, "Becky's not here. I am." So shut. Like,
yeah, I sold out the Allstate Arena, not Becky. So shut up.
I mean,
I was like, what a heel thing to say. I loved that.
Yeah, just so
I thought she was gonna take a promo about Simone Bates. I thought she was going to like.
Hold on, run that back. Who?
Simone Bates.
No, Simone Biles.
There you go.
Thanks. Simone Bates. Anyway.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Blunders in real life. Change it.
I got you, King.
All right, but yeah, her promo about Simone Biles, that ticked a lot of people off, and well, I mean, she did her job then.
What did she say about Simone Biles? I missed that.
It was just about like how the fact Simone Biles took like a break because of mental health, right? And she's like talking to the fans, and she's like, hold on, I'm going somewhere with this. She's like, I'm basically having a mental breakdown because I keep winning and winning and winning, and I'm not getting anything out of it. Basically, is what like the whole promo was.
Did she say that? Did she say that tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, I must have missed that part.
Mm.
Okay.
I said decent promo, a decent Charlotte promo ruined by chair shot. Because
Maybe she said Simone Bates, and I didn't know what she was.
I thought
that was really sudden, and like no one. Yeah,
no one really reacted to it because it was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
If anything, like I guess but she's the baby face. Why is she like sneak attacking her?
Yeah.
I'll never understand why like lazy booking.
Why have baby faces do heel shit? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like the whole like she's like, oh, that's why she's almost a superhero because she still does like shitty things.
Well, Omni-Man's a superhero
angle they're
and
going
like
for?
he does shitty things. So like I don't know.
I don't like the superhero gimmick.
But we quickly move on from that to
I don't like it.
what?
Was there another backstage segment after this?
Yes, there was. It was Eva Marie and Dewdrop. She
Oh
was
my
talking
God.
about the Lily Lucian and she said, "Ew, yuck, gross." And I immediately wrote that down and I said, "Start the podcast with this." I was like immediately like, we're gonna start with that. We got 3 words for Raw, and that's it right there.
Did she say that during that promo or the promo where they beat up Alexa and like stomp on the?
She would then again say "yuck" to the doll again, but we'll get to
Okay.
that in a bit.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
We have Dewdrop versus Tamina.
Why is that girl?
Drop
Why
or
is
is it
that?
Joe Drop?
It's
Why is
Dewdrop.
Why is she called Dewdrop?
Don't know. Piper Niven is a
Because-
way better name.
Yeah, she has like a real name when she wrestles in NXT or what is it, NXT UK?
Yeah, she was on UK.
And that's who I thought that was, but I'm like, why the fuck are they calling her
They-
Dewdrop? This feels offensive to me for some reason.
Yeah, I feel offended for some reason. Well, it's because they're insulting your intelligence. Basically, what they're saying is like the whole Dewdrop debut, right? Was that like you don't know who this person is, neither do we. But like if you just watch your other shows, you know exactly who this is. It's Piper Niven.
Yeah, and that's the thing that that like they missed the mark on. It's like when they bring in Karrion Kross as like the NXT World Champion and he loses. It's like we watched the other show. We know this guy is a monster.
Yeah,
Why
we
are
know
you
this
doing
guy is undefeated.
Like, why are you doing this to us?
Like Vince thinks you're stupid.
He really does, and the announcers think you are too. The way they talk to you, if you listen to the way the announcers talk to you, it's like they're talking to a 5-year-old child.
It's because that's what they think they're still targeting. They think their target audience is still children. No, buddy, you haven't hit the 18 to 49 demo in like eons.
Yeah, and that is the group of people that are watching. That's the people that are buying tickets to these shows.
Not
And
the
then-
children. Yeah.
No.
But yeah, Dewdrop versus Tamina. They had a solid match, I guess.
It's alright.
It was all right. Dewdrop. I mean, Piper. I don't even want to call her Dewdrop. I'm only gonna do it ironically. Piper Niven can work her ass off, and she's really good.
Dude, she really fucked up Natalia's ankle.
They replayed that.
That looked gnarly. I don't know why we watched that again.
I don't know either.
Surprised they replayed that, but yeah, that was
was-
really nasty. I was kind of waiting for Tamina to like do something kind of shisty to her and as like a receipt for that.
But she just
I didn't-
won. She just beat her with a Samoan drop, and I'm like, that's
Yeah,
kind of bookend that little story.
and then what happened
You
after
heard what I
that?
said.
No.
I didn't catch it.
I said murder her in a hotel.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I was like, wait, huh? I was like, oh right, Snuka.
Take that out of the pod.
All right. So, okay. So after that, they had like a little bit like a raw like promo thing, where it's like they like, who the fuck's that little robot dude that like put stuff on the screen? That's never been like a thing. I thought that was like a Fox thing.
There's a robot.
There's a robot that like puts shit on the screen. He's like he like floats around.
No, yeah, I didn't catch that. No,
Yeah, you
no
guys
one's
didn't
saying
see
better.
that? Like he's like a little robot
Yeah.
dude, and he like puts shit on the screen.
Robot.
I might have gone to the bathroom or just had my face in my phone.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like something from like Fox, but like it's this is USA Network, bro. Like what the fuck is this little dude? They never mentioned him before. I thought I'd write it down though, because I was like, what the like what am I like? What is this? Oh, during the Dewdrop and Tamina match, it was deafening silence.
Yeah, because no one cares.
Yeah, no one cared. You could hear a pin drop. Like the fans in the arena tonight were so bored. Like
Yeah,
it was contagious.
As soon as I saw that they were in Chicago, I was like, "Oh, this might be a good Raw," and then
Right.
it was not a good Raw.
I did say, I think before I started doing the watch along, I'm like, I'm excited to watch this because it's either going to be a good Raw or the fans are going to rip this to shit, and it was the latter.
Neither one really happened.
Yeah, it was more of the latter, but like they didn't like boo everything.
Yeah,
They bought into like some of the stuff, but yeah.
I've been to like a Chicago WWE pay per view, and like it was a hot crowd the whole time. This was not a hot crowd. Maybe everyone was tired from Lollapalooza being all week, but yeah, I don't know.
I have a direct quote from Laura in here that said that was uneventful.
Is that in regards to the whole show or just that match?
Pretty much that match. I mean, like it was pretty uneventful. It was like decent, but like it just kind of ended with a Samoan drop, and it was like whatever.
Yeah, it's like
not much happened. Yeah,
I mean, avenged her footless friend or whatever.
And then the match would be followed by Alexa Bliss just going on the screen and saying, "And the loser is Eva Marie." And they were just standing there, just looking at each other. They just stood there. They kept standing there for what seemed like a whole minute or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, cut away. Go. We're done with this. How long do we have to listen to Alexa Bliss go? I was annoyed.
I felt bad for all the shit on Twitter, but after that, I was like, all right, guys, we can do it. You can shit on her again because this is like awful.
Backstage segment with Riddle and Damian Priest. I wrote Riddle is money. The dude's just so funny. He's talking about his like fucking scooter and his like fucking pet goldfish named Swim Shady.
Dude, like he is like.
You knew he just made that up on the spot. You know he did.
He's a PG version of Jay from Jay and Silent.
He is. Oh my god.
In just like in the body of a mixed martial artist. Like
he really is.
Like I just like. There's gonna be a point where he's just like selling weed to like children outside a grocery store or something. Like he needs someone to be his Silent Bob, and I guess it could be Orton. I don't know.
I mean, wherever the fuck he's at.
Okay, bro. He is really funny.
He's funny. He's money. He's over as fuck. I mean, he's like.
Yeah.
I think he might be the most over babyface they have right now.
I mean, they do have Cena.
Raw though. I mean.
Yeah, I don't know.
We would then go into Damian Priest's Miz TV segment.
Oh my gosh, man!
This was more than annoying. I couldn't count how many times the word moist was brought up.
Priest handled it really well. Like the way, like his comebacks were natural. Like the things he said were like things that normal humans would say to like what they were being presented with.
Mm-hmm.
Morrison and Miz are so over the top.
They are, I think, too animated.
Just the campiest thing I've ever like. I can't believe John Morrison does this. The Miz, I can believe because he's not a real wrestler. He's an actor. He's a reality TV show. He's a stooge for sure. Morrison is a professional wrestler. I mean, I guess the money must be good enough to make yourself look like a doofus. Damian Priest is really good on the mic. Intimidating. When he was like, I was just going to come out here and challenge Sheamus, but screw it, I'll just beat you up instead. I was like, all right, like this is like,
Yeah, I was like, yeah, okay.
I'm like, yeah, let's
Yeah, do it. Like I'm annoyed of these. I'm annoyed of these guys.
Yeah.
Do it, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like that was like okay, like oh, I'm annoyed with you guys now. I'll beat you guys up. So that was cool. I mean, it was like a natural setup to Morrison versus Priest. But the fans couldn't be less interested in this match.
I think I heard a CM Punk. There was like a CM Punk chant during the segment.
There was,
And
yeah.
Priest kind of just looked and smiled, and then just like went on with his promo like a pro.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the crowd stopped, and then there might have been the crowd didn't really care for the match.
Yeah, I said.
I mean, both guys are really good though, like in the ring.
Yeah, I said shout out to the fan who walked down the stairs, saw that this match was still going on, then walked back up the stairs. I saw that. It was really funny. I just had to point that out because I thought it was really funny because I saw him walk down the stairs. They were they were just showing more of the match. Next cut, he was walking back up the stairs.
And then this match ended, and then we had a Sheamus afterbirth.
Yeah, yes. So Damien just wins, right? And then
before that match, they go to commercial. We come back from commercial. The announcer said Sonya Deville came out and made this match, and then the same thing happened during the afterbirth. They went to commercial. We come back, and they're like, "Oh, Sonya Deville is at it again. She made this tag match between Priest and Ricochet."
Why didn't we see that then? I don't know. I was confused to come back and see that like Ricochet and Damien are in the ring and like actually there's a match going on. I was like, huh? I was like, I thought this was over. I thought Ricochet came out and just helped Damian Priest, with the onslaught or whatever, and was like, okay, we're over.
Sonya Deville, hold on, player.
Yeah, no, hold on, player. We got Ricochet and we got Damian Priest. There's gonna be a tag team match, player, against Sheamus and Johnny Drip, player.
Special guest for free, The Undertaker.
The Undertaker. Yeah. All right. I guess Sheamus attacks. Ricochet saves the day. Damien and Priest. Damien and Priest. Well, Damien and Ricochet versus Sheamus and Morrison. I'm just kind of checking off all my notes here. I put a question mark after that, by the way.
Priest won twice tonight.
Yeah, I said Priest. I said Priest and Ricochet win. I didn't care.
Yeah, I don't think I even paid attention to that match.
Then we went straight to Bobby Lashley's response about Goldberg, and he's like, I'm gonna annihilate him. That's pretty much it. I don't know why we had to devote that.
That was a little underwhelming. They were just standing in like a random like hallway,
waiting to be interviewed.
Yeah, and he was like pacing around, like still mad from like an hour and a half ago. He still hadn't like.
MVP still selling the weak ass spear, which makes him look like a geek. Makes him look like a fucking dweeb.
I think it just makes Goldberg. We're trying to make Goldberg look, ferocious.
But like he did that already. We know that he is. We don't need a reminder. You tell us every fucking day. You told us with the promo.
Yeah. Oh my god. Let's not relive that promo.
But then we had Riddle versus Omos, which it was pretty good. Omos just like said like Omos was just like I broke his scooter last week. This time it'll be his spine. I'm like, okay, yeah, fucking kill him. I'm sold. Yeah.
It was a good match. I mean, like Riddle kind of got some stuff in, but still, like every time he would like get a little bit of offense, he would just get like a freaking hammer just into his face from
Omos. It's Omos.
It's Omos, not Omos.
Yeah, just so like basically, if you just put like another S at the end, that's how I think about it. Omos. I say Omos sometimes just because that's how I'm reading it.
I mean, it's only a matter of time before he's like stooged out and like is dancing with like midgets or whatever at WrestleMania. But for the time being, he's a legitimate monster. I mean, I think
they already got that out of the way with him with the ninja gimmick.
Right. Yeah,
Ninja gimmick.
he was a ninja for Akira Tozawa, during Money in the Bank last year.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah,
Yeah, remember with Viking Raiders and Street Profits during their big cinematic match?
yeah, that was Omos,
Oh,
the big ninja.
that part out.
Which we'll bring that back up again, the whole ninja thing. We'll bring that back up later. Alexa Bliss segment, dumb, is what I wrote. That was the next segment. Alexa
Yuck,
Bliss.
gross, ew, or whatever the hell.
She just kind of said more stuff, and then Dewdrop hits her from behind off of the swing or whatever, and then Eva Marie just like looked at the dolls like, oh, you're even uglier, yuckier in person. Yuck.
And then it resurrected.
And oh my god, I laughed so fucking hard at this. Alexa, there's some like eerie music happening. Like, there's like some underscore that's like, and she's like, Alexa's like, in pain, right? And like the fucking doll just like, have you seen the piece like have you seen the waffle fall over video? Have you just seen that? Or just like a waffle and it just goes boom. Let's play that in reverse and it just rises. That's what happened with the doll. It just stands. Is this a tie-in for the Chucky show they were promoting all night?
Oh, I would not be surprised if that.
Oh my god, if that's what's happening right now, just like end me right now.
I mean,
Rick Steiner.
Huh?
Like, I didn't catch.
I just heard Rick. I heard Rick Steiner.
I heard Rick
I
Steiner
said
too.
Chucky's
Is he here? Is he on the line?
Chucky's gonna come up on the Titantron, and Rick Steiner's gonna be in the middle of the ring like the WCW days.
Basically like the whole RoboCop and like other like tie-in stuff like that.
You don't remember Rick Steiner when he was in the middle of the ring and Chucky came on the Titantron?
No.
And, like, that segment is the worst segment ever.
I was also a child then. I don't know.
That you're saying that segment was the worst segment ever? There's a segment where Triple H had sex with a dead body.
Oh, that's true.
That is another thing.
There was a segment where Edge and Lita had sex in the middle of the ring. And you're saying a talking doll coming on the screen. Come on, guys.
All right. Next thing, Karrion Kross makes his entrance. Randomly, they just said, "Oh yeah, he's facing Keith Lee again," and I'm like, "Oh, again? Okay, whatever." His entrance is still lackluster without Scarlett Bordeaux. It's like not the same. The lighting's not the same either. He doesn't get the black and white effect before he gets into the ring, and then it's just red strobes, which is awesome. Like fall and pray. It's like so good. Fuck, he has a great entrance in NXT. They fuck it up every time on the main roster. That's besides the point. It's Keith Lee again for some reason. I don't know. I don't even know why Karrion Kross is here in the first place.
Jeff Hardy got COVID, and they're like, oh, I guess Keith Lee can wrestle him. They've wrestled before.
Yeah.
World title match.
Yeah. So that was whatever. I mean, they had a good match. Keith wins with the Spirit Bomb, so like, yay, Keith. Yeah, he wins. But he also pins the NXT champion. You know what I mean? That's his second loss.
The last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
He's 1-2 on the main roster.
And undefeated in NXT.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand the point of bringing in someone of the stature of Karrion Kross just to like make him whatever it is they're making him.
Yeah.
If you want to bring in, guys that are enhancement talents on NXT to be enhancement guys on Raw, then yeah. But if this guy's a star on NXT, he needs to be looked at as a star on Raw. And I'm not saying that he needs to come in and beat Randy Orton, but he needs to come in and he needs to wrestle someone that he can beat and look good while he's doing it. That's what makes them look legitimate and look like stars.
Right.
They do this with the majority of their call-ups. It's like, you bring in these guys that everyone's crazy about. Oh, I can't wait till so and so gets to the main roster, and then they're just like, "Well, thanks for coming."
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, we can't wait to have you in like a couple of years, and then we can send you a trash bag and get you on out of here.
like seriously, like
There would
how
then be
many
a
guys have they done this to? Like, it's
yeah. There would then be a backstage interview with Rhea Ripley talking more about tonight's main event. She's like, I hope Nikki Cross just or ASH. I'm gonna fuck that up so many times. She hopes
Nikki
that
Ash.
Nikki ASH beats Charlotte Flair and kicks her ass. Kicks her ASS.
it was a decent promo.
So Reginald is now Reggie, just straight up Reggie.
Uh, I like that they actually explained that he was just like doing this to get a job, and then was just like, well,
Mhm.
now I'm here. I can be myself now. That's
Yeah, I'm like they
we're throwing in some explanations and logic into like why people do the.
why
things
don't they do that with fucking
Motive.
Mason T-Bar? Hello, they proved how easy it was. They proved to you how easy it was to be like, oh, this is the reason for my name change.
A mere hour after.
Hello. But Reggie, not Reginald, is having a sanctioned match for the 24/7 championship, which kind of defeats the purpose of the 24/7 championship in my mind.
I did like at least tonight they said that the rules of the 24/7 title are suspended during this match. They did not say that on Friday.
They did not say that on Friday. They did not.
And
They
it
just
left me very confused. It left me confused as to like why can't Chad Gable just get in the ring and like
pin him
they
again.
just tag team him? Yeah, like
Yeah.
but anyways, I feel like I was doing other things while this match was going on. It started off with like a weird dance off, and I
Yes.
was like, well, I'm just gonna go do things I need to get done before the night is over.
I said dance off question mark, and then I said cute, whatever. Like it's a little fun, cute thing, I guess.
Yeah.
And then
Reggie can move.
Reggie can move, and that's his thing. Is that Reggie can move? That is his gimmick. Is that he can
I'm
move?
pretty sure that he's the one that once worked for Cirque du Soleil.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if pro wrestling was a goal of his, or that's just something that like, oh well, I was in the circus for a while. I can do flips. I guess I'll go.
Right.
Wrestling thing.
I guess I'll get paid.
He was like, or I've actually wanted to be a pro wrestler.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about Reggie to comment on that.
I don't either.
The Tozawa gimmick. Every time I see it, I am appalled.
I feel offended. It's not my culture. It's nothing. I feel offended for something that's not mine. Like I feel like secondhand offended.
I don't know why pro wrestling has to do like weird stereotype gimmicks. It's like
yeah.
It's like, oh, he's this nationality. Let's make him look stereotypical, like what your average American. I don't even know if it's what an average American thinks. It's just like, this is the stereotype.
Yeah.
Oh, he's Asian. Let's make him a ninja.
And yeah, you couldn't have a ninja gimmick without like, I just don't think the ninja gimmick works in wrestling. You know what I mean?
Because it's not one, it's not martial arts, and two, he's not very convincing of being a good like ninjas are supposed to be like what, like sneaky, but like
yeah,
like
he doesn't wear like a mask or anything. He's just like which I wrote. This is where the word cringe comes up in my notes now. He halfway through the match, he loudly says, "Hold on, hold on, hold on, ninja power!" And I was like, oh my fucking god! I turned around to Lauren and I just like had like the saddest face. I was like, I'm sorry. I apologized on WWE's behalf.
I'm not gonna vouch for those people. I can't. I'm appalled by every every weird gimmick that they give people just because of what they look like. It's just, I don't know. And yeah, like the stuff like that where it's just campy, cartoon, like nonsense.
Yeah.
And like, and from what I remember from Tozawa, I feel like was he in like the Cruiserweight Invitational like a few years ago?
I think so. I mean, he was
Like,
brought on
like,
for
I feel
205 Live and everything, and like the
yeah,
Cruiserweight Championship debut.
like he like yeah, I don't know. Like from what I remember, like the guy can wrestle. Like, why is he doing? Like, why are we having him do this? Just sad.
He's getting a paycheck. I mean, if he's happy, he's
good for you,
happy.
man.
Good
Yeah,
for you,
good
man.
For you, man.
Reggie wins. He just kind
I
of
guess if it doesn't bother him, it can't bother me, but it still bothers me.
yeah. Reggie wins. He just straight up just gets a pin. He doesn't have like a finisher. He just has his finisher is a pin.
He does like a front flip into like a roll up kind of thing. It almost looks like his face hit Tozawa's or his ass hit Tozawa's face.
Yeah, like his whole grundle just like kind of hits Tozawa in the face.
Yeah, that was
And that's the finish. I mean,
that could have been on Superstars or if they have those shows
right.
anymore. Like that's not a Monday Night Raw match.
They do have main event. I don't know where you watch. I think on the Cock. Is that where you watch that stuff like main event or whatever?
I don't know. That belt can be on main event.
And then
you guys need a 24/7 belt rule where I can just fast forward.
Yes. Yeah.
Stupid.
Right. Moving on. So we're almost to the end of the show here.
Did Cam and Eric die?
No, I'm still here. I just didn't watch like these matches, so like I don't really have anything to contribute to the 24/7 championship.
I thought Cam watched too. I figured he had some.
I did, but I'm just letting you guys kind of just. I mean, most of my stuff is basically the same stuff you guys are talking about. I mean,
but feel free to like interject whenever this is your podcast too. So like, it's not the Nate and Noah show, you know. So if you got anything to say it.
Turning into that.
we were just.
I don't have anything to contribute because I mean, I don't know. Like, I like the idea of the 24/7 championship. It's like the hardcore title. And then it could be defended anywhere at any time, but now they're having like matches for it. I mean, like it's cool. They're kind of at least starting to put it is that you should take this a little more seriously than just a bunch of Rob Gronkowski getting it.
I mean, I think it's overall just really stupid. They don't even like. I guess Priest did challenge for the U.S. title, but like there's rarely any talk of like the mid card belts. Like, why are we giving this like gimmick belt any attention at all when like these other titles aren't getting any?
I know more about the 24/7 championship picture than I know about the Intercontinental Championship picture.
Yeah,
who even is the Intercontinental Champion? Is it still Apollo Crews?
I think it's Apollo.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. And like, is Shinsuke feuding with him, or is it Cesaro's feuding?
I don't know who's feuding with Apollo. Some Mark will tell me at some point, but
it was Big E, but Big E's got the briefcase now, so I think his eyes are set for Roman or Bobby or Goldberg.
And
can we get Bobby versus Big E, please?
Yeah, I would mark for that just because that would mean the New Day gets reunited.
I hope that Big E cashes in at SummerSlam before the match, so we can get Big E's dream match.
Oh, right, with Big Goldberg.
Big beefy men.
Oh my God, that'd be so funny.
That's the only hope we get for SummerSlam is that Big E gets his dream match.
Yes, absolutely.
We don't want 5 stars. We want big beefy men.
You want 5-star matches? No.
Dude, Big E's so funny.
So what happened after the 24/7 title?
We move into towards the end of the show. Another backstage interview.
Oh my God! How many
are
there?
There was like 7 in total.
Yeah, it was like after. It was like before or after every commercial break.
There was like I counted like I can count like at least 7 I think because there was like There was one with Rhea for sure. There was one with Drew McIntyre.
There's one with Gender.
There's one with Jinder, and then Drew again, I think.
Two with Alexa.
Well, those were kind of like vignettes ish. So like it's still a backstage segment.
Yeah.
Two with Alexa.
The one with Eva Marie.
Yes, Eva Marie. Nikki ASH.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what we got? Is that what we went to after the 24/7?
Yes.
Was that promo?
Was like
that
the
promo.
Oh my god.
Very, very.
I wrote cringe again. There it was.
Like I said, I feel like what's happening is like they're getting these scripts the day of the show, and they have the words in their head.
Yep.
But as they're talking, like the words are getting jumbled, and they're like remembering and then forgetting and then remembering.
Well, it's
again.
because
just
they're living through. It's Groundhog Day in WWE. It is Groundhog Day at Monday Night Raw, because I can almost guarantee she gave that exact same promo last week. Right before her match with Charlotte Flair. So it's like, what is happening?
Can we get side by sides of those promos to really see what
Right.
was said? But like the way these people, like the way they talk is not how normal people talk.
No.
Like the things they say, I'm like, no one talks like this. Like when Goldberg was talking, like when MVP was giving his spiel, I'm like, all right, this is believable.
Mm-hmm.
Goldberg starts to talk, and I'm like, no one talks like this. The way you're pacing your words, the things you are saying, this isn't how people talk in real life. You're trying to like add and like make it more dramatic, but you're just making it sound fake and dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the same thing with Nikki's promo. It's like I feel like they really missed the mark with Nikki. Nikki could have been this like Mick Foley like dream scenario where she like wasn't supposed to be the world champion and like became world champion.
Right.
Instead they're like, let's give her this like Blue Blazer meets Eugene gimmick.
And then also Hurricane-ish, but not funny.
Yeah. And then she can beat our best wrestler.
Yeah. Also, Nikki needs to prove that she can beat Charlotte Flair. Bro, I don't know how to tell you this, Nikki. You are the WWE Raw Women's Champion.
Like, she should be proving that she can beat you.
Yes. It should not be the other way around. This is dumb.
Yeah.
You can't be an underdog when you're the one on top.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
like I'm kind of like I like the concept of the Money in the Bank where it's like this gives you your title shot, but like I feel like the cash-ins are just kind of like I don't know, I'm kind of over them.
Especially when they come like the day after you win it. It's like it kind of ruins the whole thing because like especially with like the women's briefcase. This is like they
never hold it.
They don't hold it. Like I think Carmella did, and that was it.
I kind of that is kind of like feeding into like Charlotte just being like fed up, where she's just like, I'm done having this done to me. This is a fucking stupid rule.
Yeah, and she's right. She's right.
Yeah.
Why are you booing me? I'm right.
3 times like that.
Yeah. 3 times she says she's lost because of a cash-in.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I mean,
when she was just getting pissed off about that. That was good.
She's like, she threw something in the ring. I'm gonna hit her with a broom. Yeah.
When they hit her with this kendo stick, when they hit her with this chair.
It's funny. So we get into the match. We get into the introductions. Which, by the way, Nikki came out first. She's the champion, and she came out first.
That's been happening a lot lately. That happened at Money in the Bank too. I can't remember who it was.
It's just because they put Charlotte on this pedestal, and that's what I don't like. Charlotte's fine. Charlotte is she's a good promo and she's a good athlete, right? I have nothing against her. It is how they put her on a pedestal because of her bloodline. That is what I do not enjoy.
Speaking of a bloodline, did you guys see that today that Ric Flair was released of his WWE contract?
He asked for it, and and he finally got it. So good for him. Good for Rick.
also
Don't wrestle
I
because you'll
also-
die in the ring, because he's
I
an
also
addict.
saw him- I also saw him doing a like a car windshield commercial or something.
Car
for
shield.
the
Car
show
shield,
tonight.
yeah.
He was like a
Yeah, Peter Avalon's in those
like a
commercials, I think,
he
sometimes.
was like a telemarketer, but he was dressed in like the full
Yes.
like Ric Flair regalia.
It's so great.
Um,
He's just Ric Flair in the commercial.
so
It's so great.
He not to jump into like AEW, but he is the last of the legends that Randy Orton
He is.
destroyed
Yep.
before sending them packing to AEW. Mark Henry, Big Show, I guess Paul White, and Christian Cage
Yep.
were all four of them.
Wow.
In the room
Yeah.
that Randy went in and murdered them. I don't know what
Yeah.
took place.
If we want to take this little
So-
sidebar, we can, because I
It's only
think,
a matter of time before Ric Flair shows up on AEW.
and I hope it's for something to do with Cody Rhodes' next feud, because Rick against Arn, kind of thing. I think that'll be cool. Not like as an actual match, but just like a war of words. Like, oh, my guy is gonna beat your guy.
I still think that those guys would put on a hell of a match,
Mm-hmm.
given just the way Arn took that kick from Malachi Black. All right, Nikki and Charlotte though.
Okay, yeah. So during the introduction, so Nikki got introduced first. He said, "Almost a superhero, Nikki ASH." So is she almost a superhero? Nikki almost a superhero?
Yeah.
Yep, I get almost.
Almost. I'm gonna check this. I've been checking off stuff on my list. I've been like putting an X. I'm just gonna put almost. There we go.
Yeah,
Almost.
Is she no longer Nikki Cross ASH?
No, she's Nikki ASH, but tonight she was introduced as almost a superhero, Nikki ASH. Because they think you are dumb and stupid and cannot put together what ASH stands for.
Yeah.
Even though she says it every week, what it stands for.
In the same promo before
In the same promo that she repeats every week like Groundhog Day.
Okay.
But yeah.
The match was fine.
Oh, I want to say another thing. They said, this is a championship contenders match.
What does that mean?
Here's what I have a problem with. Charlotte's already in the fucking title picture. She's already booked for the match. It's a triple threat at SummerSlam. What do you mean a contenders match? It's like the same phrasing as AEW Championship Eliminator.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
basically what it means.
A non-title match. It's a non-title match.
It's just it's a non-title match, but they introduced it as a championship contenders match, which is not the same thing. Basically, what that means was like this is like a number one contenders match. Basically, like along the same lines. Like if you win this match, you get a shot at the title. Basically, what that means.
But
She's already in the picture. So, huh? What is this? Who is this for? Is it for Nikki? I guess. Just to be like, oh, she's not gonna like just job in this triple threat.
The whole point of the match was that like the whole point of the match was so Nikki could prove that she could beat Charlotte.
And she does. They have a pretty decent match. Charlotte's back ends up bleeding a little bit. It's basically Charlotte all match. Nikki gets put through the announce table, I think.
Yeah.
The
spear through the table was super like you saw it coming.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like mile away. It was such an obvious finish that I was like, okay, yep, that's the end of the show. Whatever. Like
I do another semantics thing that I would like to argue. Calling a match a no holds barred match makes really no sense when there's not really any moves that are like
that need to be barred.
Illegal.
Yeah.
There's no like illegal maneuvers anymore. Like if it was something where it's like Charlotte did a move that was against the rules that she was like able to do now, then you could call it a no holds barred.
I want them to be able to distinguish what is the difference between a no DQ and a no holds barred match.
Was there countouts in this one?
No, but they had to finish in the ring. It wasn't falls count anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and like sometimes they have like extreme rules match, which I think might be pinfall. Like I don't know.
Extreme rules match? No, it's just no holds barred. They just extreme rules. It's just for the pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's just like we just call it that so we can use weapons. It's not like it has nothing to do with like any move, like any like.
It's like having a 5-on, like it's like having a 10 man tag match, like 10-man eliminator tag match, and calling it a Survivor Series match. It's just semantics.
Yeah, like that's what they called it that, but it's like the point of a no holds barred match was like this move or like this wrestling, like this hold or this maneuver is illegal in most wrestling matches, but this is a no holds barred match, so they can do this move. Like calling it that now is just like, oh, they can like throw each other through tables and like not get counted out,
right?
And use like stakes. That's just my little like pro wrestling like argument. Like no holds barred is a stupid name for a match when you guys don't even have rules anymore in the match that would, like, even when they do stuff that's illegal, they don't even have like disqualifications in like most scenarios anymore.
And I feel like in no holds barred matches, you should do more stuff with the rope, because that is typically what is like would get you disqualified, is like holds that are made against like the turnbuckle.
Yeah, or like if someone used like an illegal choke as like a finishing maneuver, and they're like, well, you can't use that anymore. Like when Taz was using like the Taz mission, and like they were like, oh, that's an illegal choke. You can't do that. And then it's like, oh, it's no holds barred. He can do the choke now. But or like you can't. I don't know if like pile drivers used to be like an illegal move, or like
right.
You know, you get disqualified for using a closed fist if you want to go back to like the heyday of professional wrestling. But anyways,
I have another quote.
Overall, not a very fun night of television for me. I should have just watched Netflix, but whatever.
Yeah, I should have just watched Manifest with, you know, the girl that I love, but whatever. But speaking of what, perfect segue.
Not a romantic.
Perfect segue here. I have another quote from Lauren. She said, "Why is it the same people every time?"
Accurate.
And yeah, she's right. Like absolutely, like 100% right about that. Why is it, especially for WWE Monday Night Raw, on that side? Why is it the same people every time? Do we have divisions? Do we have rankings? Does any of it matter? No. I don't know. Well, I literally didn't have an answer for her. I was just like, yeah, you're right.
I never have a logical explanation for anything that happens on professional wrestling.
You can't bring logic in, especially with WWE right now. Like there's like certain gimmicks you can't bring logic into, right? Like he's a dinosaur, duh. She's an alien. Stuff like that, you know what I mean? She's almost a superhero, almost. I don't know where is there a superhero spectrum? Are you like? Is there also barely a superhero? Is there somewhat a superhero? Somewhat more likely to be a superhero?
I don't know.
Superheroes.
Oh God.
Here is Cam's 3 stars from tonight's Monday Night Raw. I looked at my notes.
Tonight's Money in the Monday.
Monday Night Raw.
I saw MVP plus Bobby equals money. That's what I put. So anyway.
I see. Yeah.
My 3 stars and how I rank this is by wins, losses, okay, and how well they did tonight to intrigue me into watching this product.
Is this like hockey, the 3 stars?
It is.
Cute. So, okay, go on.
The 3 star is the least, and then the 1 star is the most, the highlight of the night. Who really brought me?
So like Like
Okay.
bronze, silver, and gold, but like in the star system. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So the 3-star is Keith Lee with his one victory of the night.
Mhm.
Karen Cross and him had a good match. I really was kind of intrigued. It brought me in. Not really, because I knew someone was going to lose and someone, Keith Lee won with the Spirit Bomb. It was really kind of cool at the end of that. But I had Keith Lee as my 3rd star. My second one, even though she lost tonight, I have to go with Charlotte Flair because she was the best heel of the night. I just loved her promos. I loved the way that she intrigued me to even like Nikki as a champion, which I'm not all for Nikki as a champion. I would have probably want Nikki Cross to be the champion, but it's Nikki ASH, which I don't really care for. But Charlotte makes me believe that.
Mhm.
And then the 1st star, the highlight of the night, the person who intrigued me into watching from start to finish, the man with 2 wins.
I mean, he won twice. I mean, what more could you get? You know.
Yep. So those are my 3 stars. Any comments or any concerns?
I really like Damian Priest. I think he's
good.
he has the potential to be a future star. He can talk. He has a good look. I think given the right feud, that's the thing. It's like a lot of these things are just kind of happening, and there's no there's no reason to be emotionally invested in it. Like I don't there's no one that you really want to see get beat up, and there's no one you want to really see beat up, and I don't know. It's hard to be
He's just good. You know, he's like
good. He's really good.
he's like if you were like to select a character for like a sports game and you hit like you get the category that's like all around or balance, that's your guy right there. He's got a good look. He's a great athlete. He can talk decent. You know, he meets expectations in every criteria.
Yeah, and I feel like he he was put in a shit segment and he made it watchable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Morrison and Miz were just hamming it up. I was just like, oh my god, just punch them in the face.
And then
And
he would.
and then the way he was just he's like, I came out here to just talk, but you guys are really fucking annoying.
Right.
The way he says it, was natural. The things he said didn't sound like he was handed a script and he couldn't remember what to say. He just said what he was whether it was word for word what he was supposed to say or that was just him talking. It came off like those were his words.
Mm-hmm.
Or
he spoke his truth.
He spoke his truth. A lot of the talking tonight was just a lot of just rambling and sentence fragments and just weird. I'm tempted to try to find that Goldberg promo just to be I just want to just to relive what exactly are you trying to say?
Yeah.
They said gladiator 17 times.
They did.
During that.
To
the point where I was like, are they gonna have a Roman Coliseum match? Is this gonna be a thing?
Right, yeah. It's they're gonna introduce a new Punjabi prison, but it's just Coliseum holding cell.
It's just yeah, they just
Coliseum rage pits.
Yeah, it's a cinematic match where they're just in this huge stadium filled with sand and
they actually rent out the Roman Coliseum.
Fly all the way to Italy.
They
where is SummerSlam? It's not Las Vegas, right?
I think so.
At the wherever the hockey team plays at.
Yeah, it's where the Las Vegas Knights play. Yeah. The Golden Knights. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, Damian Priest, our 1-star of the night. Cam's 1-star of the night.
That doesn't sound good. I know that's supposed to be the scoring system, but calling someone 1-star just
The 1-star.
one star.
The one star. The one star that shines among the rest, you know? It's like the sun. it's the biggest.
Can we do like the opposite of that? Like the 3 demerits, the 2 demerits, and the 1 demerit?
No.
I think it's cute. It's cute. I like it that you just decided to bring that up tonight. I was like, I don't know what 3 stars is, and then you said it's like, oh yeah, it's a hockey thing. All right, but yeah, no, it's cute. We can always end off of like who we thought, because the AEW does like wrestler of the week, or like, you know, like who shined best this week, and so that's kind of like that's what we're doing. It's who we think. It's just our opinion. Fuck off, Marks. You know.
Do the homework.
Do the homework.
If you don't like it, you should make your own podcast.
Oh, yeah, for those that don't know and have made it this far into the podcast, Nate has some ongoing beef with Dustin Rhodes.
It's not even ongoing.
No, it's ongoing. Do the homework, Mark.
I still don't I don't understand why he came at me like that. He must have been really offended, dude.
Yeah, he was like, you said like that match didn't make sense. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like why are we doing this right now?
All I said was that it was random.
Oh yeah, you just said random. And he's like, actually, it's not random. Do the homework.
It's not random. Do the homework. Watch all of our YouTube shows to figure out why this match is taking place. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that.
No thanks.
I've seen you guys have one interaction, and you're all of a sudden having a Texas bull rope match. This is random. You're a mark. I'm gonna hit you with a sock full of silver dollars next time I see you.
Silver Dollar City, Silver Dollar, Nate over here. All right, but that has been our show, party people.
Looking ahead, NXT is kind of getting juicy with Karrion Kross and Samoa Joe.
Mm-hmm. And
Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole are just.
And we'll see what happens with Adam Cole. Contract set to expire.
Yeah,
I think Kyle O'Reilly beats him, and he ends up with his wife in AEW.
That would be pretty good, and gets resurrected on BTE.
Oh yeah, I forgot it, but he's dead.
He's dead in BTE. Yeah.
I haven't watched BTE in a long time.
All right, I'm gonna trigger the theme. Here we are. It's the end of the podcast. I want to thank you all so much for listening. If you made it this far, thanks so much. We're probably gonna do a Dynamite watch along / recap thing. We'll talk about Dynamite. We'll talk about AEW. It's gonna be great. Alrighty, but with that, see ya. Say goodbye, everyone.
Later.
Goodbye.